Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, and my team of the highest light and resonance, thank you for this Take a Seat Sunday. Divine masculine, make it hot. Divine feminine, make it hot. Spirit, make it pop. Yes, 9:35 in the PM. How was your weekend? I wanted to do this earlier today. I was up from the crack of dawn, but I just was to myself. Got a lot of confirmations today as well. Sunday is a day. That's Obatala Sunday. That's the truth. That's the day of rest, right? You should understand to put things to rest, right? Get it off your chest. But this air energy moving into Cancer right now is about the children, and I was getting heavy fourth house energy, as I'm a Cancer, so I know inner child wounds, hitting that Capricorn opposite with the Saturn return, right? So this is like return to sender, right? This is the sins of the father, sins of the mother times, right? This is a lot of burden energy, right? Burdening your kids, leaving them to make decisions that they shouldn't be making, right? So that you can later on say that it was kind of their fault. Now I'm understanding that you need to understand, right? I'm speaking to elders, right? And I'm speaking to the ones that have become older and wiser, right? The ones around you that are older too. You've seen that you're like, what happened to your wisdom, right? Well, guess what? You have to understand that this burden for you was for you to unlock it for your lineage. Sometimes, right? They know what they're doing, sometimes they don't. This is for you now to be like, yeah, before I didn't know what I was doing, but right now I know, right? This is to respect and reflect on your inner child, or if you have a child, making sure that these things don't repeat. But the burdens now that are going on, we've grown up, right? So as you've given the burdens on to the younger ones, right? We've seen, we've transmuted, we transform, right? This is why it's you may have to understand now, after 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 ascension numbers, you're going to have to leave this behind, or you're taking this on, right? You're going to be taking this on, and you're going to take this back into a cycle if you believe in incarnation. So this is the time of understanding now. You're only respecting, right, the child within it, right? So respect your child right now, because I told you Scorpio energy was going around here. You could be being told exactly what you need to hear, and it doesn't have to come from them. It could be coming from somebody else, but it's the story. The energy is about them, about children, about the home, right? Leo energy, you're gambling. There's something that you're taking a heavy gamble. Some people have lost. You see what I'm saying? You lost your hand. You see what I'm saying? You lost your mind, is what I really heard, right? No point in trying to throw hands now, right? Let's get a law in here. Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, can I get something from the 42? I have some pyrite, I have some black tourmaline, and I have some ametrine, right? I'm also getting a vibe too where this is about the image of, you have to understand that kids will see other areas in life, right, that are where they want to be, right? Meaning life has a way of luring temptation. That's why you have to make sure that there's nothing happening at home to make them feel as if like somewhere else is safer, right? Somebody else's hands can care for them better, right? Here we go. Here we go. I can be trusted. That's what it is. Right here. I can be trusted. I can be trusted. Can you? This is when people say, trust me. Yeah, I'll give it back to you. Yeah, I'm coming. I communicate with compassion. Right? This is the time where I feel like people want, like, this is the manipulating energy. Knows what to say in the moment. Knows what to say in the moment. Top deck is giving me. Here we go. I invoke laughter. Look at the black and white. Did we not have that running this week? Look at the top deck. You feel me? There's a comic in here. There's a comedian in here. It's a joke to them. Life is still a joke to them. This is where they're gonna go. They're imprisonment, spiritual imprisonment. They've been captive in their mind and their heart. They can't get out. No matter what you do to help some of them, they just, even if they feel like what it is that you come with is correct, they're gonna laugh at you and laugh at it to make you feel as if like what you're doing is not right either. This is why you have to understand, who is it that you're really trusting? What word are you taking in? Yo, that's not funny, bro. That's what I'm hearing. That's not funny. It's not funny anymore. Somebody's taking this on and they're like, it's not funny anymore. Right? You see what it is? Dropping it. Right? They're just dropping it. Right? Things are not falling apart, or things are not falling down, but things are falling into place. Things are falling into place. Right? I can be trusted. Let's read about this. I can be trusted. Let's see where this is. I always have a problem with this book. Finding the index. If you guys have been following me, anytime I come to this book, and I usually don't use the book, but I be like, what I do? Here we go. Oh no, that's not it. They were just using a picture of the hand. Right? It's like this one doesn't necessarily put it in the first couple pages. It's like in here. And I always seem to skip over it. Like my mind's eye always does this with this book. And last time I cussed him, like, this author didn't put it in here. You see how we could do and start talking, right? When we can't find something or something's difficult for us, we start bashing it. This is exactly what I said. And for the first time at that time, I found it. And I just found it again, right? It's all up in here. It's on page 18. Emotions, Cancer, you see? I have to remember that now. Before I get in my emotions with this book again, it's on 18. You feel me? I can be trusted. Is number 14, which is Saggy energy. You feel me? That's Saggy energy. That's the temperance angels coming in. After that, before that, is I honor animals with reverence. So if you've been spending time with your animals, right? I gave Pablo a nice little rub down today, right? This is what it is, right? There's a back and forth, but it's kind of like you have to know who's loyal to you. You feel me? At the end of the day, right? And who has been sent to you. We fight a lot, but he was sent to me. You feel me? And this is where you have to know too. So it's kind of like we have to go through it, right? Trust is a fluid word with the ability to have strength in one's belief about another or about oneself. At the same time, it's also a word tied to law, as trust can also be applied to a legal agreement where one can become a custodian to protect valued assets for the sole benefit of another. Following I can be trusted means staying aligned with your core values. Not being trustworthy carries a high price, as the weight of your soul is not measured in gold, but by the feather of Mahat. The true value is found in the heart that is alchemically golden. In an alchemical context, gold is symbolically considered the king, and it elementally responds and corresponds to the sun, the heart, the awareness, Shaharasha, the crown chakra. The crown, or seventh chakra, when activated, is believed to allow space of pure consciousness to be attained. In this space, you unlock the ability to transform into the divine and do whatever you wish/will. The paradox is that when you get to this point, it is not material desire that activates awareness, but the heart's desire to live in the light of truth. Living always in the light of truth can be challenging in modern times. To attain awareness and protect your values while still being present in the world requires a balanced scale. Philosophically speaking, right? That's what it is. It's always philosophically speaking, right? Man, I just, life is lived in the space between, and the trustworthy soul lets the golden light be felt through the balanced action and the word, the will, being executed in accordance with the law of Mahat. That's why you have to bring everything back to divine law. You feel what I mean? Not that if you can lie your way through it. This is where it is, and somebody needs to now lay it down to rest. This is the coffin energy. We're going to lay this down to rest. Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guys, can I get a moon? Thank you. Aquarius, there we go. Bring love into the situation, right? We have Scorpio energy here, right? It's time to release the negativity. Could be dealing with an air sign, right? Have the faith to trust in your dreams. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is when you have to depart from the crew. You see what I'm saying? They don't like you. They don't support you. You can't trust these people, right? They'll tell you one thing and they're talking behind your back. These people have spoken behind your back. Wow, look who came through. Moth spirit. Ashe, Queen is gonna see this and she's gonna get floored. The moth that if you had any moth this weekend, this is it. Surrender now. That's what I'm hearing. You hear that? Like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire. Right? Here we go. Dolphin spirit. Right? 20. This and that is true. This is the judge spirit. Surrender now. You fucking lied. You lied about this. You lied about this. Canary spirit. Sing your own tune. 12. There it is. Somebody was like, no, this is how it went. Do. No. Surrender. This is it. Bring love into the situation. Straight devil's energy all up and through here. What really happened? What really went down? Right? You don't want to get burned. That's what the problem is. 9, 10, 11, 12. Look, surrender now. Right? We have 12 here on the top deck. That's what it is. You're singing your own tune. It's right? You're singing what it's this is your like, you know, nobody knows this story but you. That's what I'm hearing. Nobody knows about this story except for you. Nobody knows this story except for you. And if anybody else knows this story, they're in the same energy too. If they're supporting this story, I heard on this Sunday, they're going down with it too. Trust me. Trust me. They're all going down for what happened. So don't you worry. And if you are a part of this and you feel scared, I'm not saying that you should be, but why? Why? Planetary cycles. When the new moon comes, think about that. Why? Is what I heard. Why? Spirit's asking why. We have beginnings with Shamuel, right? I pulled these two cards for myself before you guys. We should have talked about them because they were there before I put them back in the deck. So here it is. Gabriel with balance. That's the Ace of Cups energy, and we have Raphael with the Earth Force. This is a force to be reckoned with. Okay? What is happening, the changes that are here, and the ones that have collected up this new energy. That means the forces within you. You see what I'm saying? Healing of the heart. This is going from east to west. This is east and west coast. This is that Crip and blood. This is that red and that blue. That's as if you choose, baby. You feel me? Here we go. Mom diggity. Bottom deck is giving me the Sandalphon. Top deck is giving me Metatron with divine intelligence. Told you. This is by the books. Have faith. If you went by the books, enchantment with Michael, don't worry. Your story, forgiveness, right? Forgive yourself. Metatron with wisdom, right? Followed by romance with Zapkiel, and then Metatron again with mercy. This is why the new romance. This is have mercy on them. They don't know no better. That's what I just heard. They know no better. And the feminine energy too. I told you about this. If the masculine energy has been screwing around and doing some dumb stuff and acting as if, like, see, there we go, dropping it again, right? Dropping it again. Dropping it again. If you feel like you have to be sitting here making these final adjustments, do what you need to do. I'm getting a vibe in here where somebody's like, yo, it fell down again, or it dropped again, or it's like going down like that again. Like, it's like, yo, forget that, yo. I don't have time for that. You have time to fix it again. You don't have time to put things back into like where they need to be, how they need to be, right? You don't want to see yourself shine, right? This is what it is. Somebody doesn't want to see things shine, or they only want to see themselves shine, right? They don't care about like how you look. They only care about how this makes them look. You feel what I'm saying? That's what this is about. They only care about how it makes them look. As long as they look, as long as their image is fine, they're fine, right? Yeah. Well, spirit's going like, right? Okay. So this was in the mirror energy. How you look to yourself in the mirror, right? Angels, ancestors, guys, can I get a kicker on this? The surrender now. The bring love into this situation. There's a lie in here too. Somebody said that they tried to help you. They made it like there's an energy in here where it's kind of like you were ungrateful. Let's see what they dropped there. See? Concern 33. I told you about that ascension numbers, right? Told you about that ascension numbers, right? Got a little flashy flash. Look, distant horizons and courtship. See? This is it. They're like, can we start again? And this is spirit bringing in the new relationships in here as well, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, changing 4, right? between that 5. That's what it is. Uncertain about starting over again. Uncertain about the new. Right? Concerned. I'm concerned. Right? Here we go. Adjudication. I would be too. Take them to court. There it is. Things are moving forward after, right? You sit here and it's principle. It's principle. That's what I just heard. I'm like, what is it, spirit? He's like, it's principle. You got called to the principal's office. Right? And if you have decent parents, if your parents taught you right, they understand you, they understand the world, guess what? You're not going to get in trouble. Why? Right? Because you know that one, you know, if they go to school and they touch you and they beat you and they do something, you're not going to get in trouble when you come at home. You better make sure the story is exactly the way it is, though, right? But you do what you need to do. So if you had the right parents, you see what I'm saying? Okay. But then sometimes it's like, okay. Right? What do we have in here? We have the essence of all Buddhas, right? Right? Vajrayogini, right? We have Isis, the goddess of magic. I felt Isis, right? I felt Isis. I called her today, the divine mother, Saradava Divi, right? And we have the diamond-hearted, the Kini, right? These are the ones that flipped in here, come true. Isis is in here. There's just a lot of magic in here too, right? A lot of magic has been being used, right? God is magic, right? So if you really know, a lot of times too, even around here, the message this weekend too was like you're judging, right? The people that have crossed over in a different way, right? You know, there's a lot of female readers that I know that have been in the church that were in like for years that have crossed over, that are reader nows and cards and had to deal with a certain type of battle themselves about what it is that they do and how they do it and why they're doing it and stuff, but they're being called. But it's like to bridge that gap for the people that they left behind. It's not their job to. It's for the people to kind of like not judge them where they're going and still see what they're doing. They're still balancing out. There's still an earth force in here. They're shaking things up in a different way, so it scares people. You see what I'm saying? This energy does the same thing. Here we go, right? Queen of Outsiders. See? There we go. Sarah La Kali, right? I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. That's what it is. Putting you in the outsider role, right? But we have to take this on regardless. This role is something that we take on regardless. So it made me wonder, like, how is it that you're going to sit here and judge and think about these situations and times and stuff and feel like you can't trust these people when you know and you feel in your heart there's something that you are not trusting? You get what I'm saying? This is a self energy. This is why this is a new beginning. You see what I'm saying? Look at this. I was like looking at somebody in here, right? You see the person walking? That's a new beginning. And with the purple in there, there's a crown chakra energy that we're talking about with the moth. Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, can I get a divine feminine? We have Hesta in here, all these flips. Yeah, we have Saint Bridget, the Lady of Exalted Light, and we have the Goddess of Compassion, right? Kuan Yin, Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. Can I get it? Thank you. Bottom deck is giving me Kali, yeah. There's a lot of rebirth energy. This is a Scorpio energy. It's dead. The rebirth, and she don't play. If you know Kali energy, right? You see how the color changes in there? And look, Isis. Yeah, look. There it is. There it is. See? Changing of colors. The chameleon energy is coming in here. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. This is the Egyptian energy that's coming forward a lot right now too. I told you about the Anubis. I told you about the Maha. One of my readers were talking about Sobek today. Okay. There we go. The Black Madonna, Lady of Hermits. Right? Look what I tell you about the children. Did I tell you about the protecting the children? Not playing. I transform pain and suffering into the greater capacity to love. That's what this is for. Yo, I can't. Yo, beautiful. Beautiful energy tonight. Beautiful. Right? Here we go. Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of Eternal Life. I trust the answers I find within me, and I know that the presence of love is real. That's why this is being done. That's why this has to be done this way. You feel me? Going back to the way things have been done before, but and how they've changed. Oh, how times have changed, right? But we have Avila, right? Teresa, right? On page 35, 5, 6, 7, 8, strength. Right? With passion and conviction, Teresa of Avila connects us to the love and truth available to us whenever we return inward. Okay. Born in Spain 1515, as an adolescent she experienced many illness and was confined to a bed, which allowed her to begin to explore her own thoughts. Okay? Her own thoughts. Every book she could find on spiritual exploration and competitive prayer, contemplative prayer. By the time she was a young adult, she knew she wanted to dedicate her life to the interior world. Okay? She increased the emphasis, okay, by prayer. Eventually reformed to the Carmelite order, which was later joined by Saint John of the Cross. Over the course of her life, Saint Teresa founded 17, okay, convents through Spain. At age 44, she began to have series of visions that convinced her that Jesus Christ appeared to her in bodily form and yet remained invisible to the eye. So these are things that she can see, that she's seen. You feel what I'm saying? I could be trusted, right? Her own personal spiritual experience is at the root of her instruction. The closer she gets to the seventh mansion where the soul ascends, which requires going further inward, the stronger the light is. She describes the way to discern the voice and the presence of the divine within us, and the certainty of God that arrives that cannot be explained or doubted. This inner journey was so significant to Saint Teresa because she believed that God didn't care about the magnitude of anything we do, but rather the amount of love that we do with it. Pope Paul VI named Saint Teresa a doctor of the church in 1970. Her spiritual writings are considered integral to the Spanish Renaissance and to the history of Christian mysticism. Okay, so when this call is like drops, it's important for the interior life. You know how much I love interiors of cars. Spirit knows me too. I love cars, interiors. I don't really care for cars and stuff. I don't really know their makeups as like inside and exhaust pipes and all this and then rims and all. I don't really care for all that. I just like the inside. As long as it has like the buttons, how it looks, like the feet, like you trust me, you have no idea. So this resonates with me heavy, right? You have access to be going inward more right now. You don't want to, you never thought you could, but you could just, it's there for you. That's the threshold. Ashe. The threshold last night. Go watch last night's read, right? She's not only emphasized the need to meditate and to pray in order to reach the innermost castle where the soul waits for us, but she's also instructed the sisters of her convent of how to discern the presence of the soul or of the saint, of the holy person that is giving us the wisdom from within us. So you can have, she's letting you see discernment of exactly who is working with you. So let's just say you never worked with the angels before. Okay, we had Raphael, we have Shamiel, right? We have Gabriel here. People call them out, but you really don't know when you're at, like, you don't, like, some people don't really understand. That's just, some people are playing with magic right now, right? Like that's what Kelly was around here, right? And didn't know what you fucking did. But you read about it in a certain way. You thought, well, guess what? You did do certain things. So a lot of you guys are getting into what, like candle magic now, right? Getting into your colors, getting into certain things, right? Secretly going to the stores, buying these things. I told you about the masculine energy doing that too. You know, I saw four dudes waiting outside the and I said, yo, what are you doing in here? Because this wasn't no ordinary store either, like I told you. It wasn't no crystal store, this and that, right? This is like a real, like if you want to do work, you go over there and you get your stuff, right? So they're doing work on women, right? Keeping girls bound to them, right? Getting them to sleep with them by doing certain things like this. This is, I'm telling you, it's all here. It's I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. It's not mine, and it's disgusting, but I'm being told to just let you know it is real. Okay? She had a bookmark that supposedly read, if you have God, you will want for nothing. God alone suffices. She urges us to meditate, pray, and go inward and meet the presence of the soul. And then she asks for us to believe that it is real and that the answers we find are real. She asks us to move that inner truth out into the world with confidence and conviction. Your intention is, I trust the answers I find within me, and I know what the presence of love is real. hmm Come through, spirit. That was it. That was it. That was it. The light within and the feather. She has the feather, right? And you see the door back there? You see the door back there? It's giving me like all the chakra colors back here too. That's why I used the stained glass. Remember? Okay. Last night I used the stained glass because there's a stained glass. I told you I felt it on the Sunday. I didn't have the stained glass. I didn't bring the cards. I brought the light seers because I felt like I was gonna. They helped me see a little bit of black in the white. But there's the stained glass that I was talking about because I used the stained glass last night. Bom, 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 bom. Let's throw a destiny on this before I chop this up. And I love you guys. Make sure you hit that bell. I'm still going to be open for readings for this month. So if you'd like a reading, thank you for anybody who has gotten one already. Okay, I appreciate you. And if you're thinking about one, right, it's just part of your illumination, right? Just a couple, when the answers you need are coming. That's all it is. Here we go, focus, right? There's a focus now going into winter. You see what I'm saying? It's being illuminated now. The sun is out now. You see what I'm saying? This is a planning for, you don't get it twisted. The abundance. You feel me? Come through. That's it. And it's on the prowl energy too. This is a cat energy too. You feel me? It's on the prowl. You're on the prowl for this. Any season. This is a person now that's understood any season. You feel what I'm saying? Like my energy, I got readers out here outside. I got energies explaining to their collective when I watch it. They're like, just to let you know, I'll be going. You won't see me in the in the normal places anymore. And I'm looking at it like I live in Toronto. I live in Canada. Up here, I have 4 seasons, so I have to adapt to them. So when I was inside because I have to be. Right? When I'm, it's interesting now. You guys are in a place where you always have the sun. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. There's like the inspiration energy of how you move and what you do, and how you start things and how you be. This is how it is. You just do you. Spirit wants you to really do you, because I told you in yesterday's video, you're an inspiration. People like you're being watched. You see what I'm saying? You're being watched. Somebody's watching you. You like, this is where it's kind of like you got to do your best, because you never know who you're like, 7 of cups and the 7 of wands. Right? This is somebody learning how to block. They've gone to their crystal ball now when they feel like they don't, they're a little confused. And their crystal ball could be like they're inside of themselves too. That's through the meditative state, because when she was sitting there with her prayer hands, right? And she was quiet, right? We have the King of Swords that dropped. 5 of Pentacles, yeah. Starting off with that decisive mind. Your mind is made up. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. 5 of Cups here. This is somebody that's made up their mind about what they're okay with losing with. Right? They're like, I'm okay with losing this. Right? Here we go. Devil's energy with the 3 of Wands. If I have to leave you or let this go on my journey to like be peaceful, then fine. I'm not gonna be a puppet to you no more. I'm not gonna be a puppet to this situation no more. Somebody's made up their mind. They're willing to lose certain things in order to go on to this new beginning, right? To the things that they can trust, right? And this is like themselves, spirit, right? Their newfound relationships that I feel like a couple of you guys have found this, right? That's why the distant horizon. And if you didn't, then it's coming. But it's like the ones that have gotten this who didn't think, and it's here now. That's what this is about. You feel me? I see this. Here we go. Temperance angels. Yeah, 14. There's a black and white, the duality coming in here, right? Going into the in and out, and you're on guard about this. I would protect this too. I would protect this too, right? And you are protected. And somebody's growing their wings. Somebody's getting wings. This is saying somebody's getting into this earth energy, this angel energy. You're getting into your Ace of Cups. You're balancing yourself out, exactly, because we have that, right? Gabriel's here. We have the temperance angels in here. Look at this on this Sunday. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm seeing somebody that makes up like you make like templates. I'm seeing like a template. We have the 2 of Swords and we have the 5 of Cups. Yeah, the 8 of Wands. Right? This is when somebody this is like when you're getting upset when so many things are coming at you and you're like, ah. Well, this person is not doing that. You may have think that they have done that, right? But they didn't do that. When they make up this decision now, trust me, they made this in a peace of mind. It's just that it sucks for both parties. I feel like that. This sucks for everybody in a way. Because I feel like if this is you I'm speaking to, or because of this situation that you're just allowing to unfold the way it is, the cookie can crumble so you can go about your business, it's something that you wanted. The Five of Cups is in here. It's something that you wanted. Like, this person's a little disappointed to watch this go down the drain, right? But I feel like, like, you see her foot? Her foot is on one of the cups. She's also kicking one of. She's also like, yeah, let me just, Ten of Cups here on the top deck, right? Somebody's like, yeah, let me just drop this, right? Pour it down the drain. This is also alcohol. Somebody's drinking too much. I think somebody's trying to give this up. Yeah, they're trying to give up this drinking. Queen of Swords is in here. We have King of Swords and Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is a Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's what this is about. This is a Mr. and Mr. Smith energy. Five of Swords on the top deck. The Devil's, look. On the top deck is the Devil. Bottom deck is giving me the Five of Swords. That's what this is. I think somebody has said you can't be here anymore if you don't want to, if you really don't. This is a spiritual intervention, or it's intervention energy, period. Right? You need to go to a certain type of intervention to be here. Five of Pentacles, yeah. And somebody's waiting. Here we go, King of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So this King of Swords has to really make an emotional decision to change, because this Queen of Swords is not changing. Here we go, Death card on the can't make this up. This is the only way you're getting through. I told you about this. The feminine energy is through the light. They don't trust you, and with the truth, it's kind of this is here we go. And with the Knight of Cups, the White Horse. This is Rico Sagwe. This is a Jinal. I see a Jinal in here. This is a real the comic clown artist. This is a real Jinal. They here we go, the strength. Yeah. Two-Face in their own way. Here we go, Seven of Swords. I didn't mean to say it like that, but with the Seven of Swords in here, there it is. There's the deception. It's a little Two-Face. They try not to be this way. They're trying not to be this way, but it's hard. I don't know why it's so hard for people. I don't. No matter how many signs they get, because we have the illumination here, right? With the happiness, right? We have the Six of Swords that dropped, right? We have the Six of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is just facing me, right? They're blocking the transformation. There it is. The Seven of Wands in this Scorpio energy. We got a Scorpio in here. We got a Aquarius in here. We got a Libra in here. Empresses in here. Those answer. I told you, Divine Feminine, right? The new babies, right? This is where Spirit's birthing new babies too. The stars, yeah. This is the new, and I told you the baby you just had and the baby you're having is a star. This is why the situation is bigger than all of you. So if you can see and feel this, worry about your youth. Yo, telling you, because the masculine energy in here, they from what I'm gathering this weekend, you guys are and I don't have kids, so you would think oh, why is he you don't have no kids? I hate that line. I don't like that line when people say that, because it takes a community. You would leave your kid with one woman that has a baga pitney, you see what I'm saying? So that person doesn't have to have, it's about the fucking trust. Okay? You have to big up on trust. Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, give me one more, chop this up for me. Two of Cups, thank you. You have to big up on trust. The Nine of Cups. You feel me? This is what it is. I feel like there's another read coming on. I'll chop this up. Love you guys. Take a seat.